is Research Hacks with Queen Bee. Today we're going to do a tour of EBSCOhost. All right, we're going to start here on the home page for Destiny, and we're going to click on EBSCOhost. EBSCOhost is a mammoth of a database. You can find almost any topic known to mankind on EBSCOhost because it searches through so many smaller databases at the same time. It's great for any topic that is really current, especially because they constantly update and upload new articles. I could find information that was published this week on a current topic on this database. Another great thing about this database is that it helps you find things that are really hard to find in other places. This is always the database that I tell students to check if they're having trouble finding information on their topic. The cruddy thing about it is that sometimes it's a little harder to use. It's not as intuitive as other databases, okay? This is your first screen, and it's going to ask you to select which databases you want to search. Almost always, I am lazy and I click on Select All. This can give you a lot of results, though. So if you find that as you're researching you have too many results, then you might be able to uncheck some of these databases like Elementary School Edition Book Collection that you probably don't need. Each of these has a description underneath so that you can be sure that you're searching the databases that will likely have information on your topic. Here's the search box. If you haven't searched databases before, you may not know that they're not as user-friendly as a Google search box. Make sure and watch my video on developing keywords so that you can be sure to avoid common problems like typing in a whole question or typing in a sentence. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and type in a basic keyword. If we need to add more details to that or more keywords, we can do that pretty easily, especially by going to advanced search. So if I wanted net neutrality and the United States, for example, I can actually make that a little bit more detailed by doing that. If I don't want it in the United States, I can put not United States, and that will remove any results that are not in the United States, okay? I can also, if I know that the specific author or title, etc. that I want, I can change those fields to make it a little bit more detailed. For now, I'm just going to do net neutrality. Right now I have 6,537 results, which is obviously way too many. Let me show you how we narrow that down. The first thing we do is we want to limit it to full text. Sometimes we'll get results like this first one, which doesn't have the actual article in full text available for you to read. It just has the information so that if you were to be at a university, you might be able to go to their shelves and find the magazine on their shelves. We don't have that here at Staley, so we're just going to click on full text, and that will narrow our results down a lot. Now we have almost 3,000 fewer results. The next thing we want to do is look at our publication date. This is a current debate as of January 2018 when I'm making this video, and so I want to make sure that I change the publication date so that it is only searching. I'm going to start with 1 year back. If I have way too many results, I might change that so that it's just maybe 6 months back. Right now I only have 596. That's a lot better. I can even look at my source types, and I can, if I go to show more, I can see even more options. But let's say I wanted only scholarly articles or academics journals. I could click on those boxes, and then I would get only experts in the field, probably people working on graduate degrees, people with their doctorates who are experts writing about that. Since I don't have that education level and I'm just starting my research, I want some more basic information. So I'm going to click on magazines, and I'm going to click on news, and that's going to give me a really good start to having some articles that are at my reading level and at my expertise. Later, if I'm really getting to be an expert in this, then I'm going to want to read some of those scholarly articles and journals. There are some really fancy things you can do if you still have too many results. And one of my favorite things is to go into the subjects click on show more, and it could be that I only want specific subjects. So I definitely want any article that has net neutrality. I want United States. Maybe I only want the articles that talk about how the current president and his policies have affected net neutrality, or quotes that have him. Maybe I could click on that. Maybe I only want articles that have government policy. Maybe I'm specifically researching Amazon or Facebook and net neutrality. And let's pretend that that's what I'm doing, is I'm doing Facebook and net neutrality. Then I can update this, and I only have 42 articles, which is pretty cool because it really helps me to have only articles that pertain to specifically what I'm researching, okay? So once you have your results, you can look at the title of the article, the author, the description, and if it looks like something that's going to be useful to you, then you can actually click on the article. I'm going to start by showing you an HTML full text article. I click on it and it shows up just like this. I can listen to it if I want somebody to read the article to me. I can find the citation on the right hand side. I want to scroll through until I see MLA, because that's what we use in most of our classes here. And I can copy that and paste it directly into my Works Cited page. These are created by robots, so they're not always perfect, but they're usually really close. So check with your teacher and see if you want them. They want you to kind of look through that to make sure it's really accurate. Oops, just lost that results page. The second thing I can do is look at a PDF document, and I want to show you how that looks different. PDF will show you exactly what it looked like when it was published. So you can see the pictures, you can see, you can see the table of contents for everything published in this issue. So this is January 1st, Fairfield County Business Journal. And I can actually look through all of the articles that were in that particular publication. I want to look at this article, Owners See Perils for Small Businesses and Net Neutrality. And there's the article there. I can kind of zoom in a little bit if I want to. The tricky thing about PDFs is that when you hit the print button, it doesn't actually print the article. It just prints the record, the information about the article. So if you want to actually print the article, you're going to click on this print icon right here. And you want to make sure that either you're printing to PDF or you're printing to your printer, or you do my favorite thing ever and you save it as a PDF on your computer. I love that because then I can put all of my research articles in one file on my computer. The other thing that I want to show you on all articles, there's an email button. You can email yourself any article. This is what I always do when I research. I email myself the articles so that I can make sure that I have them so that I can read them later, quote them, paraphrase them, etc. And it's really hard after you've done all of the refinements in your search to find some articles sometimes again. So if you like an article at all, make sure you email it to yourself or save it as a PDF. All right, well, this has been a basic introduction to EBSCOhost. There's so many more tips and tricks I could show you. And if you want to see more, come and see me in this daily LMC.